So today, we're going to tackle a question I'm betting a lot of you have been thinking about. Is the new Amazon Kindle actually worth it? We're really diving deep today.
Yeah.
We've got tons of reviews, specs, like all the good stuff.
We do.
Even a head-to-head chart straight from Amazon to, really help you figure out if this is like the e-reader.
The one.
Yeah, is it the one? And it's tough because it's not just about comparing it to like other e-readers on the market.
Right.
It's about comparing it to Amazon's own lineup, which is, let's be honest, pretty fierce competition.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so from what I've seen, people are going crazy for how small this new Kindle is.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Tiny. Like, reviewers are comparing it to a paperback.
I know. It's wild. Like a whole library in your pocket,
I love that.
And they're not exaggerating, by the way. It's the most compact one Amazon's offering right now. That's really cool. But I do have one concern, and maybe this is just me, but with a smaller size, does that mean they skimped on screen quality?
I'm so glad you asked that.
Because that's always been like, if the screen isn't good, I'm out.
Understandable, but trust me, they did not skimp on the screen.
Okay.
Even with the smaller size, you're still getting a 6-inch glare-free display. Plus, they actually managed to up the contrast ratio.
Oh, wow.
Compared to the older versions. And, this is huge for me personally. They made the front light 25% brighter.
Oh, see, that I would love.
Game changer. Especially if you like to read outside or, in bed and you don't want to, disturb your partner with a reading light.
Exactly. Okay, so, this is already sounding pretty good. But let's talk about the thing that I always care about, and I fear everyone listening cares about.
Hit me.
Price.
Yeah.
Because, a sleek design, great reading experience, it's tempting, but my wallet's got to,
Yeah, no, I hear it.
It's always a factor.
Always. Well, get this. The new Kindle is listed at, drumroll please, $104.99.
Wait, really? That's it?
Yeah.
I was expecting, way more. So, how does that even compare to, the Paperwhite or the Oasis?
It's actually the cheapest Kindle they have right now.
Wow.
Significantly cheaper than the Paperwhite. And don't even get me started on the Oasis or the Scribe.
Okay, but see, now I feel like there's got to be a catch. There's always a catch.
There might be a tiny little catch.
What is it?
Okay, so you know how they have those ads?
Oh, no.
On the
lock screen?
The lock screen, between books.
Yeah, how they get you.
So the base price, that's with ads.
So I'm basically signing up for, a lifetime of targeted ads.
Essentially, yeah. If you want those gone, you got to pay extra.
Ugh, of course. Okay, so there's a lot to consider here already, and we haven't even gotten into, the nitty-gritty comparisons.
Right. We've got so much more to unpack. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm willing to spend a bit more to ditch the ads, then the real question is,
what Kindle should you actually get?
Right. Is it worth upgrading to, say, the Paperwhite? What am I actually getting for that extra cash?
I think this is where that head-to-head chart from Amazon is super helpful.
Okay.
Because we can actually break down the differences between, say, the new Kindle and the Paperwhite.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Because that seems to be, the big question mark for most people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, the most obvious difference is size, right? Yeah. So you've got the 6-inch display on the new Kindle.
Okay.
The Paperwhite bumps you up to 6.8 inches.
Okay, so it's bigger, but, is that actually a game changer in terms of, actually reading on it?
It's definitely noticeable, especially if, you don't want to be scrolling as much or you like a bigger font size.
Okay, that makes sense. What about, resolution? Is the Paperwhite's bigger screen also sharper?
So this is interesting. They actually both have the same, super sharp 300 ppi resolution.
Yeah, so the text is going to look just as crisp on either device.
Oh.
However, the Paperwhite does have a couple of other tricks up its sleeve.
Okay.
Look, it's waterproof.
Oh, okay, now we're talking. This is for those, bathtub readers out there.
Exactly. And it also has the adjustable warm light, so you can, change the tone to be easier on your eyes at night.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Right. So there are definitely some compelling reasons to, consider the upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the Paperwhite has some, really nice features.
It does. But, those features do come with that higher price tag.
Of course, there's always a trade-off.
Always.
Speaking of trade-offs and, higher price tags, we should at least, touch on the Oasis and the Scribe, even if they are a little bit further up there.
Yeah, so the Oasis is basically, the luxury Paperwhite.
Okay.
It's got the even bigger 7-inch screen.
Oh, wow.
It's got a really sleek design. Physical page turn buttons, which some people love. It's also the only one with, the auto-adjusting warm light.
Fancy.
But I gotta say, that always seemed like a nice to have, not a need to have
Right.
for most people.
Yeah, I feel like that might be overkill, especially with the price jump.
Exactly. Now, the scribe is the whole other ballgame, right?
That one's like if you want to do more than just read on your Kindle.
Exactly. That's for the note takers, the doodlers, people who want to like mark up documents.
Yeah, like the Scribe is in its own category.
Totally.
They even they released a new and improved version this year, didn't they?
They did. More storage, a better pen, the whole shebang.
Okay, so we've talked about like all these different Kindle models.
We have.
But for me, like another big thing is like the whole sustainability aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Like how eco-friendly is this new Kindle? Because that matters to me.
It's huge. And you can tell Amazon's really trying to be more mindful of that, like consumer demand for sustainability, because they're going all in on the recycled materials with this one.
Like, what do you mean all in?
So get this, 75% recycled plastics and 90% recycled magnesium.
That's really impressive.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And like, it's not just the Kindle itself.
Yeah.
They're even doing the packaging sustainably, too.
Oh, wow.
They claim it's 99% wood fiber-based.
Wow.
From, like, responsibly managed forests.
That's amazing.
Or recycled sources, so.
It's nice to see a company, like, really putting in the effort.
It makes a difference.
It does, because you don't always see that, especially with tech gadgets.
For sure.
It's refreshing, honestly.
It is.
Okay, so the fact that they're being so eco-friendly,
Yeah.
that just, like, adds another layer of, like, this is really tempting.
It's like, you can feel good about this purchase.
Exactly. Wow, okay, so we covered a lot today. Who knew there was so much to think about?
Right. It's like a whole world e-readers.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, like, for someone who's listening to all this, trying to decide if this new Kindle is, like, the one for them, what would you say are the big takeaways?
Okay, so if you're all about portability, like you want something that basically disappears in your bag,
Yeah.
and you want a good deal, like you don't want to break the bank,
Right.
the new Kindle winner.
It really does seem like it checks those boxes.
It does. And you don't have to compromise on a good reading experience either, because that display is still top-notch.
Plus, like, the eco-friendly factor is a big deal.
Huge. I mean, the recycled materials, the packaging, they really went all out.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
Nope. But it's important to be real. It's not going to be the perfect fit for everyone.
Right, like, what would you say are, like, the deal breakers?
So if you're someone who, like, you need a bigger screen to really get lost in a book,
Yeah.
or waterproof is non-negotiable, maybe you're, like, a poolside reader or something, then you got to look at the Paperwhite.
Yeah, makes sense.
Even though, yeah, it's going to cost you a bit more.
And let's not forget about the Scribe, which is, like, its own category.
Totally.
If you're the kind of person who wants to, like, take notes and doodle while they read, that's your jam.
For sure. It's in a league of its own.
So I guess it really boils down to, like, knowing yourself as a reader.
100%.
Like, what do you value? What do you need in an e-reader?
And don't be afraid to splurge a little if it means getting the features that you're actually going to use.
That's such a good point. I'm so guilty of, like, trying to save money and then regretting it later.
Tell me about it.
This was awesome. I learned so much about Kindles today.
Me too, honestly. There's always something new with tech, even e-readers.
It's wild. All right, so to everyone listening, go out there, find your perfect Kindle match.
Happy reading.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let us know what you choose. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy reading, everyone.